What's up? Happy 2020. Trippy Cakes here. It's good to be back. I was on a little bit of a hiatus, enjoying my holidays. I wanted to spend more time with family, take a break from the game, and just relax. And I hope you guys did too. With 2020 here, and this patch dropped in 2020, it was a good start. It really was. So I want to go ahead and talk about my overview of this patch without going too in depth, because I do want to do other videos based off of the content that we did receive. The first thing is that issue with Alliance Conquest. That was a bit of a doozy for me, because it's one of the few game modes, and I've said this before, where you can really test your entire roster. So that black screen issue, that was problematic for me, and I feel like this deep into having Alliance Conquest without it being updated or anything like that, I feel like that shouldn't have been an issue to begin with. I'm not sure how they treated the rankings for that week, but it was a major problem, and it took them a little bit too long to address in my book, especially considering how major of a game mode it is. The second thing that I'm going to talk about in this whole patch was the story. I personally loved the story. Yes, we only got to use 3 characters, but the way they did it had some really great RPG elements by like picking how you rank up your skill. I thought that was great. And I was like, you know what? If they added that as like another way to advance your characters, I would not be upset with that if it didn't cost crystals or anything stupid like that. So I really enjoyed it. It was a great story mode. The little boxes that you get, unfortunately, they are RNG based. I would have rather them have, toned down on that RNG element. It really killed those boxes for me, because I opened it up and I may as well have gotten gear up kits. I'm not going to complain about it because it was free, but it still goes without saying that that was a little too RNG based, especially for how much time it costs to put into the story. Now, the time that it takes to clear the story, that really wasn't bad at all, but where I had a problem was the fact that people were complaining that it was hard, and it's like, well, it's really not. If you play it, that's the thing, when you play this game, you're supposed to advance. You are always learning, always. And the story wasn't that hard to begin with, and then after the complaints, they made some changes, and the second time through, you're running around with all 6 of your skills, and I'm like, that's not even fun. The fun part was like, oh, I wonder what the next skill is going to be like, because not everybody got to do the APK to play with the characters before they came out, whatever. So, the story was great. I feel like it's a good step in the right direction, and hopefully they expand on that. Maybe we'll get some sub-storylines to earn comic cards, other uniforms, and they don't have to be all powerful, but it is very free-to-play friendly, and it would suffice of, updating characters before they give them like an actual uniform that will really, really help. Another change was the whole dimension missions thing. I think it's great that you can farm these exclusive characters now, because a lot of these characters you had to pay for, and being able to farm them is really great. I'm glad that they're giving the free-to-play guys some love. They are, a good portion of our community. I won't lie. Not all their complaints are justified, and a lot of them are justified. So it's good to see that they're kind of toning it down with this on the whole, buy some crystals, buy a subscription. It's going to be a slow grind to get these characters up, but that's how it should be. It should always be a slow grind. There shouldn't be any instant gratification in this game, because its whole design is to be a grind type game. And people, they just want free stuff all the time. So I was like, okay, well, here's some free stuff, but you're going to work for it. And that's good. You're going to have to play the game to get these bios. And like I said, step in the right direction. Doing really good on that. Very, very surprising. So the characters that they dropped, I think there's like 4 of them. I'm not going to get too in depth with them, but I had, if you would talk to me in the community on Facebook, then you would know that I was reserved about it. I was like, we'll see how it works out. They could be really good. So I'm not going to crap on them for being original characters, because the original characters that we've got, all of them are pretty good, except for, well, back then, except for IO, or Crescent, if you want to call her that. But this is going to have to be another video on its own with Crescent. Crescent was never really a terrible character. She just was never outstanding. And I still kind of feel the same way, and I'll explain that in another video. But overall, I'm going to say the patch, aside from that whole Alliance Conquest thing, this has opened a door to, the game evolving again, which is fantastic. And I can't wait to see what else they do with these patches this year. and I'm super excited. Anyway, guys, it's great to be back. Look forward to my next videos. I'm going to be doing reviews on the new characters and Crescent Tier 3, and I don't know, we'll see what else. I'm thinking about re-releasing some guys on ISOs, cards, all that, just to kind of update it. Anyways, it's been Trippy Cakes. Please do like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think of the patch, and I'll check y'all later.